the only purpose for a gun is basically to kill someone or severely hurt them.
Yeah.
So why would anyone want to buy that? I mean, self-defense, okay, but there's a million other ways you can defend yourself.
Yeah.
Now, if someone comes at you with a gun on a home invasion, then people think, well, I should have a gun too. But man, it's a proven statistic that, and everyone's heard this, it's the most common fact. Most people that own a gun are more likely to shoot a family member than an intruder.
That's true. And it's very common, unfortunately, where the children will find the gun and might kill themselves. And it has happened quite a bit where children find their parents' guns and they'll take them to school and shoot by accident. And that's where that's where the law needs to change, in the sense that when a child, I know in Australia, if you're under 10 and you commit a crime, you can't get charged. Even murder, if you're under 10.
Pretty crazy.
Now, I'm assuming it's similar in America. Now, if a child finds their parent's gun and they take it to school and they shoot another child, the child can't be charged. I think the parent should be charged.
Yeah,
with manslaughter.
I hear what you're saying. That's a tough one. I agree that someone has to take responsibility. And normally when the kid, when the kid's under 18, the parents are legal for them in terms of if they need to go to court for something, if they've done damage to property, the parents have to fork out the payments. Murder's a tricky one, in my opinion. I don't know how the law is exactly, but it's tricky because if that person kills someone at 9 years old, the parents never wanted to hurt a fly.
Correct.
Why should they go to jail? How does it benefit them going to jail for the actions of the kid? Sure, it's punishment, but the punishment doesn't serve a purpose. It serves a purpose if the kid cops it, if they have something before that age where it's like juvenile, but because it's so young and they don't get tried, maybe a psych ward, but if they don't get no punishment, there's no point punishing the mother or the father because they didn't do anything to begin with. I think punishments should be handed out if the consequence of what you give the person, it goes. They realise that, what they've done was wrong. Mm-hmm. But there's no point giving a punishment to someone if they haven't done it, because then, if they get punished, what are they getting punished for? Nothing.
Yeah.
But if you punish the person who did it, then they might learn from it. But then again, a lot of times they don't even learn. I don't know. It's a tricky one. It's a very tricky one.
Well, look, if you own a gun, you're responsible for that gun.
Yes.
Okay? So if you own it, you have to keep the gun and the bullets.
Yes.
You can't have the gun loaded.
Yeah. Now you brought up an even better point, because if the kid happened to go to school, in kinder or in prep or grade 1 and get it, different story, or some other ways the kid got it. Sometimes kids grow up very fucking young. You can be 9 and you feel like a grown up and you do all sorts of shady shit, and you know someone that can get you a gun. But if the parents have it licensed and it's in their name, and they leave it about for the kid to take, then the parents should be responsible. It's their gun that shot the other father's kid.
If they didn't have the
gun, should they go to jail?
Loaded,
I don't know, but
Oh, maybe not jail. I'm saying charged with manslaughter and not being allowed to have a gun again.
Exactly. Exactly. I think they should never have a gun again, and I think they should cop a massive fine. Maybe a little bit of jail time, but nothing. I mean, look, you can't punish them severely, but for negligence, yes, because it's negligent what they do.
It is, absolutely. And in Australia, and I know this for a fact, if you have a gun for hunting, you got to keep the gun and the bullets in separate rooms. Yeah. There are times where the police, they actually have the right to come and knock on your door and check this.
Wow.
So, and I agree with it. That's brilliant. Yeah. Well done, Australia.
That's good.
But in America, it's reached the point where everyone's got guns, pretty much. Or anyone's got access to guns. Yeah. You can buy a gun paying cash at the shows. You don't have to have a license.
Apparently at the show...
It's the loophole.
Apparently, at gun shows, I heard, Andreas, that If you go for an event, it's on for one Sunday, like a couple times a year or once a year. You can get a gun with no paperwork. Apparently,
Correct.
you just get one.
That's they call it the gun show loophole.
That's crazy.
So we're not even citizens of the state. I'm not a citizen of the state, and I could go and buy a gun.
Could you get it into Australia?
I wouldn't come to get into Australia, but I could get a gun. Now,
fucking oath.
At what point? This is what the people that are the NRA, so the National.
It's amazing how they've got that legal at the gun shows, man.
Yeah.
I don't know how it's legal.
So the NRA has been pushing for this. Now they're like a union. I don't know what you can call it. They're a big organisation.
Yeah.
Where they're very, very powerful in America, and they push for guns to exist.
Yeah.
And to be sold.
And their spokeswoman is a real fucking cunt. And they knew that when they hired her.
I actually don't know enough. I just know that boss or CEO was Charlton Heston.
Yeah.
Now with the NRA, like I can understand, like they want to have their guns. It is the Second Amendment. It is in the Second Amendment. You do have the right to bear arms.
Yeah.
I think they've gone a bit too far though.
They have.
Okay.
They have.
You know, like let's just take it easy. Let's just take a step back.
Yeah.
You can have your guns, but why is the NRA so against having a international, or should I say a national, system or something along those lines where you know who's got what gun?
Yeah.
And then again, my life, my right, I can do what I want. But when you ask Americans that are gun crazy, should you be able to have a bomb? They'll say, no, you shouldn't have bombs. But wait a second. Isn't a bomb an arm? You've got the right to bear arms. It doesn't say you've got the right to bear pistols.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
So, if you go to the deep red states, who are, Texas, Arkansas, Oklahoma, where they're gun crazy, would they be okay with a foreigner having a nuclear weapon in the basement?
Yeah.
They wouldn't.
Principle's the same.
It's the same.
And yet they wouldn't be happy with that. But a gun is fine.
Exactly. And if they ask them, is it okay if you have a bomb, they'd probably say, yeah, no problem. But what about a foreigner? Because, they tend to not like the foreigners much in the deep red states. I mean, let's state some facts here. Not all of them, but there is a high percentage that I like that.
Yeah.
At what point do you say enough is enough? So
exactly.
Nobody needs to have a gun that shoots 200 bullets a minute. Nobody needs that.
That's crazy. I mean, self-defense is one shot and then maybe a second if you need to kill them. But being able to shoot that many rounds, it's insanity. And I can't believe, and it's the way America's wired, that Second Amendment. I don't think it's ever going to go away. Can it be regulated? Hopefully. I mean, look, they tried to do something like that. Heck, I think they tried to ban guns, or at least, ban them in certain states. There was a treaty that Trump tore up. And of course, Trump is going to tear it up because he wants to get re-elected. Mm-hmm. And America's happy he did that. But yeah, I mean, unless we get a new president, and I think Trump is going to get re-elected again.
He will.
For another 4 years. But if we do get another president down the track who's up for a debate on banning guns, then America might have a chance.